Tina Tyne Shaw. Thank you for joining us. He stirred up controversy for 5 terms on Savannah City Council. Now, Tony Thomas is back in the headlines again. This time, he is charged with a serious crime.
And WSAV's Andrew Davis is joining us now with more on his arrest and his past troubles.
Well, Tony Thomas was known to clash with his detractors and even with his fellow council members. Now he faces serious allegations, though, that could land him in prison.
Under no circumstances whatsoever will I make an apology to Mr. Dunn.
Hags, skanks, whores. That is what he called his own constituents.
I will continue to waste my time coming up here for these two that are just dragging crap out.
Tony Thomas has been no stranger to harsh words, but he had never been in jail until now. The former alderman was arrested by Pooler police Tuesday on a felony charge of theft by taking. The man who spent 5 terms on Savannah City Council was now the manager of the Parker store on Pooler Parkway, a store he apparently was stealing from. News 3 has learned that Thomas is accused of taking several $1,000s from the store by investigators. While Thomas was never arrested before, he was the focus of a GBI investigation for allegedly sexually assaulting teenage boys. Some of those boys came forward in a series of YouTube videos.
Is this true at all?
No, no. I mean, sexual misconduct with little boys is not true.
In the end, a grand jury agreed, and Thomas was not indicted.
I think it was wrong. I think it was in poor taste. And I think it was not fitting of anybody, even a city council member.
Thomas could not escape being the first ever alderman censured by his fellow city council people in 2019 for lewd comments he made to a reporter and for photos showing him heavily intoxicated on St. Patrick's Day. And it was later that year that voters apparently had enough. He lost a runoff to Curtis Pertee. But Thomas was still upbeat then about life after office.
Life doesn't end. Public service is something that you know comes in your blood. Tony will find many things that will keep him occupied.
Now, what will now occupy Thomas's time is defending himself against a felony charge that carries up to a sentence of up to 5 years in prison. He was released on $2,400 bond. We did reach out to the former alderman to see if he wanted to address these allegations, but he did not return our call. Andrew Davis, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Thank you.